If you're over 60 and lately you've felt that your body is moving more slowly than it used to, walking doesn't feel as smooth as it did a few years ago. You wake up during the night more often, and sometimes your mind doesn't feel as clear or sharp as you'd like. I want you to know something very important. This is not because you're getting weak, it's because your body is missing the right kind of movement. Many people believe they need to exercise more, push harder, or try intense workouts. But after 60, what your body needs is not more, it's the right kind. The truth is, mobility, sleep quality, and brain clarity are deeply connected. When the body stops moving in the right way, the nervous system becomes sluggish, blood flow to the brain decreases, and all three problems often appear at the same time. The good news is this: you don't need many exercises. You only need one simple movement, done correctly for just a few minutes a day, and your body can begin to reset itself. In this video, I'll guide you through one safe exercise for people over 60 that can help you move more easily, sleep more deeply, and think more clearly. Stay with me. What you're about to learn may change how you feel every single day. After the age of 60, the body does not break down the way many people fear. But something very real does begin to happen quietly. Your body receives fewer signals from everyday movement. When we were younger, simple actions like walking, bending down, or gently turning the body constantly activated the nervous system. Blood circulated well, the brain received enough oxygen, and the body adjusted quickly on its own. Over time, however, as we move less or repeat the same familiar movements again and again, the nervous system gradually becomes quieter. And what does that lead to? You notice your movement feels less fluid, even if there's no sharp pain. You notice your sleep becomes lighter, with more waking during the night. And you notice your mind feels a little foggy, harder to focus, easier to forget small things. These three issues don't happen separately. They are closely connected through blood flow and the nervous system. When the body lacks the right kind of activating movement, blood flow to the brain decreases slightly but continuously. The nervous system doesn't receive enough wake-up signals. The brain struggles to shift into deep, restorative sleep at night. That's how a loop begins to form. Less movement, poorer sleep, mental fatigue, even less desire to move. What's important for you to remember is this: this cycle is not an unavoidable result of aging. It happens because the body is missing a very specific type of movement, one that reconnects the body, the breath, and balance. In the next part, I'll explain why so many people over 60 are exercising the wrong way, even though they're trying to stay active, and why just one simple exercise, when done correctly, can make a noticeable difference. Stay with me. What I often see in many people over 60 is this: they are trying to stay active, but the results don't match the effort. Some walk every day yet still feel heavy and stiff. Some follow workout videos online but end up more tired and sleeping worse. And eventually, they conclude, maybe my body just isn't meant to exercise anymore. But that's not the truth. The real issue is this: most popular exercises are no longer well suited to the nervous system after 60. Walking that's too gentle doesn't provide enough stimulation for the brain. Workouts that are too intense or too fast create stress, pushing the body into a protective mode instead of a healing one. And many routines focus only on muscles, while ignoring balance, breathing, and the connection between the brain and the body. After 60, your body doesn't need to burn energy. It needs to be safely awakened. When you repeat the same familiar movement over and over, the brain begins to treat it as background noise and stops responding. Blood flow isn't directed more efficiently. The nervous system isn't deeply activated. So, even though you're moving, you still notice that your mind doesn't feel clearer, your sleep doesn't feel deeper, and your body doesn't feel lighter. That's why fewer exercises, when they are the right ones, often bring better results for people over 60. In the next part, I'll introduce one very simple exercise. It's not heavy, it's not complicated, but it targets exactly what your body has been missing: the connection between movement, breathing, and balance. And it's this connection that can help you move more easily, sleep more deeply, and think more clearly. Now, I'd like you to do this together with me, right where you're sitting or standing. Don't worry, this exercise is very gentle, not tiring, and suitable for most people over 60. You may stand next to a chair or lightly hold onto a wall if you need support. What matters most is not doing it perfectly, but simply feeling the movement. Exercise. March in place with slow breathing. Stand tall, with both feet firmly on the floor. Take a slow breath in through your nose. As you breathe out, gently lift one foot just a few centimeters, only enough to shift your weight. Place it back down, then switch to the other foot. Continue like this for about 1 minute. No need to lift high. No need to move fast. Just gentle weight shifting, paired with calm breathing. As you do this, notice a few things. Your body may begin to feel a little warmer, your breathing may naturally deepen, and your mind may feel slightly calmer. If you're doing this along with me right now, you might gently nod your head or even smile to yourself. That's often a sign your body is responding in a positive way. And I'm curious about one thing. As you take these small steps, how do you feel? A little lighter, or simply more comfortable and at ease? That awareness, even noticing a small change, is important. In the next part, I'll explain why a movement this small can influence the way you walk, how deeply you sleep, and even how clearly your mind works, something that very few people talk about. Stay with me. The power of the exercise you just did doesn't come from strength. It comes from the signals it sends to your body. When you gently lift your foot and breathe slowly, three important systems are activated at the same time. First is the balance system of the nervous system. Each time you shift your weight from one foot to the other, your brain has to wake up to keep you stable. This is exactly the kind of signal the brain needs after 60, a signal that says the body is still moving. Coordination is still required. Second is blood flow to the brain. Gentle movement combined with slow, deep breathing helps blood circulate more smoothly, especially toward areas of the brain responsible for alertness and focus. That's why many people notice their mind feels clearer after just a few minutes. Third is the calming nervous system, which is directly linked to sleep. When you breathe slowly and evenly, the body receives a signal of safety. Heart rate softens, tension decreases. The brain relearns how to shift from a state of alertness into a state of rest. This is the foundation for deeper, more restorative sleep at night. What's important to understand is this. This exercise doesn't push the body, so it doesn't create stress. It doesn't require strength, so it suits many different physical conditions. And because it activates the right nervous system pathways, its benefits spread across multiple areas at once. If all you felt afterward was a slight sense of ease or comfort, that's enough. That's a sign your body has begun receiving the right signals again. In the next part, I'll show you how to use this simple exercise in the morning, during the day, and in the evening, so it can support you throughout your entire day. One reason this exercise works so well is that you can use it as a gentle reset button for your body at any time of the day. You don't need a long workout session. You just need to place it at the right moments. In the morning, right after you wake up, the body often feels slow and a little stiff. Instead of rushing into the day, take 1 to 2 minutes to do this exercise. It helps wake up the nervous system, improves circulation, and makes those first steps of the day feel lighter and more comfortable. During the day, when you start to feel heavy, mentally tired, or less focused, simply stand up and repeat the exercise for 1 minute. You don't need special clothes or much space. Just a few gentle weight shifts paired with slow breathing can help your mind feel clearer and your body feel less sluggish. In the evening, before getting ready for bed, this is a wonderful time to do the exercise one last time. You don't need to lift your feet high, just very gentle weight shifts and longer, slower breaths. The goal isn't exercise, it's signaling to your body that it's time to slow down. Many people notice they fall asleep more easily and sleep more deeply when they do this consistently. The most important thing to remember is this. You don't need to do it perfectly. You don't need to do it at the same time every day. You don't need to count repetitions. Every time you do this movement, you're sending your body a kind, reassuring message. Everything is okay. I'm still connected to myself. In the next part, I'll share the small signs that show this exercise is working so you can feel confident that you're on the right path. When you practice this exercise regularly, you don't need to wait for a big, dramatic change right away. In fact, the body usually sends very small signals first, and those signals are how you know you're on the right path. The first sign many people notice is a gentle sense of warmth in the body, not fatigue, not sweating. Just a comfortable warmth, a sign that circulation is beginning to improve. The second sign is that your breathing naturally becomes deeper. You may not do it on purpose, but after a few days, you might notice your breaths are slower and more even. This tells us the nervous system is starting to shift into a calmer state, something that's essential for better sleep. The third sign is a more comfortable feeling in the mind. Not necessarily sharp or energized, but less foggy and less heavy. You may find it easier to focus for a little longer, or you may feel less irritable during the day. And finally, many people notice that standing up and walking feel lighter. This isn't because the muscles suddenly became stronger, but because the body is coordinating better, balance improves, and movement becomes smoother. If you notice even one of these changes, that's enough. These small improvements are the foundation for bigger changes later on. In the final part, I want to share one very important reminder, not about the exercise itself, but about how you care for your body after the age of 60. After the age of 60, the most important thing is not trying to return to who you were years ago. It's learning how to listen to your body in a new way. Your body no longer needs to be pushed. It doesn't need constant challenges. What it truly needs is understanding, kindness, and gentle reconnection little by little. Many people believe that if they're not working hard, sweating, or pushing their limits, then the movement doesn't count. But the truth is this: after 60, the right movement matters more than intensity. A gentle movement done with attention and breath can bring far greater benefits than forcing the body to do more than it's ready for. The exercise you learn today is not a miracle. It's a quiet daily reminder that your body is still listening, your nervous system still knows how to adjust, and your brain can still become clearer, calmer, and more stable. If there's a day you forget to do the exercise, don't blame yourself. Simply return to it when you remember. Perfection isn't required, only consistency and gentleness. Remember this: every time you stand up more slowly, every time you take a slightly deeper breath, every time you move with awareness, you are investing in a future with more comfort, better sleep, and clearer thinking. Thank you for taking this time for yourself today. I wish you a peaceful day, and I hope that from now on, your body will feel more like a supportive companion, growing easier to live with each day.